Greetings, Jay Stone here, Cap and Ball Fanatic channel. On today's video, we're going to do a powder load test on my new U.S. Marshall 44 caliber 4.5-inch barrel. We're going to run some shots off the bench at 28 grains of 3F Swiss and at 20 grains of 3F Swiss, and let's see which one is more accurate. You know, ever since I got into Cap and Ball revolvers, there's been an argument amongst the people that I know about whether a higher powder load is as accurate as a lower powder load. I know high powder loads, higher powder loads, like in this case, we're going to shoot 28 grains of 3F Swiss through this 44 caliber short barrel. It's a lot more fun because it goes bang and there's some good recoil. But I've always heard that the smaller powder load is going to be more accurate. So here we are. We're going to test this baby out today. We're going to shoot 28 grains right now off the bench of 3F Swiss with 454 swaged Hornady round balls. I'm shooting the same in both. 44 caliber lubed wad and RWS 1075 caps. We're going to put at least 6 on the target off the bench at 28 grains. Then we'll go in, we'll reload with 20 grains, and we'll put the same amount of shots downrange, and let's see what happens. Let's see which one is more accurate. And whichever one wins is going to get to do some extra shooting at steel today. So if the 20 grain wins or the 28 grain wins, I'm going to shoot long, I'm going to shoot steel, we're going to do some target shooting with whichever one proves to be more accurate. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm at about 20 yards, maybe 22 yards here off the bench. And you guys know I'm not an ace bench shooter, but we're going to do our best. And we're going to see, I'm going to aim right at the red dot. Got a funny feeling these are pretty high. Yep. Come on. "28 grains, 3F Swiss. I see some holes down there. I was aiming at the red dot. I think we're quite a bit high. So let's go down and check it out." All right, so we put 6 with 28 grains on target. All 6 of them hit the target. As you saw, they're anywhere from 9 inches to a foot high. But they're in a decent group from the bench. So I decided, let's take one more cylinder full, 6 shots, 28 grains, 44 caliber lubed wad, 454 Hornady swaged round ball, RWS 1075 cap. Let's take one more, and then we'll see how we do. Let's go. Aiming right again at the red dot. We're going to aim right at that red dot again. A little closer. That's 12 shots 28 grains of 3F Swiss, 20 yards off the bench for accuracy purposes. Let's go down and see what we do, and then we'll go in and load up 20 grains, same way, and we'll come out and put 12 of those on the target, and we'll see if either one of them is demonstrably more accurate. I don't know. I've only been told they would be. This is one of those black powder cap and ball revolver myths that I'm trying to do something about today. So let's go see. So I've loaded up 6 round balls, 454 Hornadays, with 20 grains of 3F Swiss powder. Let's go see how these compare to shooting 28 grains. Let's see if one is better than the other. I don't really know. One is more accurate than the other. I don't know if that's better, but it is more accurate is what I'm going for here. Again, I'm going to shoot right at the red dot, just like we did before. And let's see what 20 grains, let's see what 20 grains does here. There's 3. Ooh. I see some holes. They're in a different spot than before. So let's go down and check it out. Then we'll put 6 more in, and we'll do this all again. So we put our first 6 with 20 grains downrange on target. There's a decent group down there. I might have pulled one. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to shoot 6 more, 20 grains, 454 round ball, lubed wide RWS 1075 caps, off the table, off the bench, and then we'll make our accuracy comparisons. Two more. All right. I think we are getting another group. 6. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go down and pull that target. I'm going to get it measurements. We're going to look at the 28 yard and the 20 yard target next to each other. I'm going to use 2 accuracy criteria. One is the string test that you've seen me use on the channel many, many times, because we were aiming at the red dot, so from the average distance from the red dot. And the second is the eyeball test. And let's see which one gives us the best groups. All right, let's take a look at our results. For the 28 grain target results, you'll see that we've got a nice group high on the target, which means that we're shooting like Colts normally shoot. And for our 20 grain target, we're shooting lower, quite a bit lower, but this had better target accuracy, but less of a group. So I'm starting to wonder if we don't shoot our Colts really high, partly because we might overload them some, and that includes me. So here's the way I look at this. If I wanted target results, I pick 20 grains. If I wanted group results, I pick the 28 grain. But I'll be honest with you, I don't like either of these results, really. So I thought, let's go back out and change our plans and split the difference. So let's shoot this revolver on our target with
with 24 grains of 3F Swiss black powder, and let's see if that makes any accuracy difference.
All right, here we are. You can tell I've changed my clothes and I'm wearing different stuff, so it's later in the day. It's the same day, same gun. But I looked at both targets, 28 grains and 20 grains. And while the 20 grain was the most accurate, sort of, the 28 grain probably gave a great group at the top, but it was high. And the 20 grain was sort of scattered all over the place. That might be powder charge. That might be bad shooter. The 28 might be powder charge. It held its line. It blows it a little high. So I thought we'd change our plan a little bit, and I'd split the difference and see if that makes any difference. So I'm going to do another couple rounds here with 24 grains of 3F Swiss, 454 round ball, 44 caliber lubed wad, and 10 RWS 1075 caps. And let's see how we do at 24 grains compared to 28 and 20. All right. I'm aiming again at the red dot right in the middle. So we'll see if it flies high. Okay. Remember, I'm aiming at the red dot. Putting that front sight right at the bottom of it. One more. Those, I think, went a little high. Now we're going to do apples to apples, I'm going to do 6 more shots on this target, just like I did 6 for 28 grain and 6 for 20 grain. But these are looking pretty good. Let's go check it out. Okay, remember, we're on our split the difference cylinders. The first round was 28 grains, and they shot high, quite high, and I think that was from the extra powder charge. The second cylinders, 2 cylinders, were 20 grains, and they shot a little more all over the place, and I think that's because the powder charge wasn't powerful enough, and it sort of depended on, sort of let the ball fall and fly where it was wanted to. Now we're splitting the difference at 24 grains. We've done 6. They look pretty good. So let's put 6 more down there, and then we'll compare all 3. I'm putting my front sight right at the bottom of the red dot. Two. Some of these are looking pretty good, I think. I can't tell. I have old eyes. That's 3. If my math is correct. Yep. Here's number 5. And here's the last shot. I think, it's just me talking, but I think we're going to like these. Let's go check it out and see what you think.
So we have a winner in our accuracy competition, and it is the 24 grain loads. As you can see, it's the tightest group, the tightest string tests, and it really shot well. So 24 grains seems to be the load. From the eye test, you can see that if you just look at these, the 24 grain charge is the one that passes the eye test.
So winners always get a victory lap. So here goes. 24 grains won this competition, hands down. And that's the one I didn't plan on at the beginning. Isn't that the way it usually works? So, because it won, it gets 6 tries at Big Purple. Let's see if we can hit it at all. About 30 yards. See if it's accurate out here. Not when I shoot like that, it's not. That's a good victory lap. And as you saw, we just put 4 in a row on Big Purple.
Well, there you have it. My attempt in this week's video to test the effect of powder loads on accuracy off of the bench. I think we showed some things. Now, again, my tests aren't scientific. We don't have we didn't do controlled experiments, but we controlled everything that we could control and shot them all off the bench with the same powder and the same setup. And I think we did see some things here. The higher the powder load, the higher the round balls went consistently. I think they're related. The low one, the 20 grain load, there was no consistency at all with the way those round balls hit targets. And I think that has to do with the lower powder load. And once we got both of those done, and I hated them both, we went to 24 grains, which split the difference, and that seemed to do the trick. So I think there's something we can learn here. I think we can figure out that if we're I'm wondering if my high shooting Colts aren't a function of me overloading these bad boys as much as it is them being high shooting, because the 29 grain load shot them high like I'm used to, but the 24 grain load didn't. They were just a couple inches high with the same gun, the same balls, and the same powder. So I really do think that maybe, just maybe, we learned something important here about shooting our Colts in powder loads. Well, I'm at the Grand Valley Cap and Ballers this weekend. We have our annual spring shoot. I'm looking forward to having some fun here this weekend. I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for coming along. We've got more videos coming, and we'll see you again on down the road the next time.